I think I'm in debug mode. Be right back. Sorry, I've been making a lot of mods. The Equestria in this mod is like America, the US from vanilla. The annoying thing is we can't really do too much in terms of industry and army until we get declared on by the changelings, which initiates the main war that's the focus of the mod, you know. On this continent. There's a lot of other continents now, but hopefully in due time, they will all be under one ruler, our ruler. Ages past when I last played on this continent, like 4 years ago, there was no impassable terrain, so I'm interested to see how the impassable terrain will affect things. Regardless though, we will get started with our research and prepare a very fun army. I have some exciting builds today. This agent is also the best agent in the game. 6 different nationalities, every trait, I think. Wow, I guess this guy wasn't as good as I thought he was. He got captured. Wow. Okay, phase 1 of our plan has begun. We've triggered a civil war. Not so much friendship today. These divisions are kind of terrible. I don't know what we'll do with them. We'll probably just put them in our main line for now. And we'll deal with Nightmare Moon quickly, but maybe not too quick. See, the thing is, you don't have to do this civil war as Equestria, but it's kind of a scam if you don't do it. Because what happens is you can never mobilize your economy or do any of these focuses. Lots of other people breaking free, some people will break free in the south too. And an 18-carat run of bad luck. This is one of the best ones. Famously, the path where you can play as Mr. Horse. We'll see what path they choose to do. I don't know if the AI chooses that one. Yeah, this should hopefully be a really good encirclement. I feel like we could win the entire war off of this encirclement, potentially. It might not end the war, but I'll at least get the war into a state where we can end it whenever we want. Go to extreme measures. That's a good focus because it helps us with, this is basically the Great Depression, hence why I say we're like America. The Wartime Press Act. Freedom of speech, no more. I need to do everything to keep my ponies safe, whether they like it or not. Yeah, good stuff. Concerns about Celestia, Your Majesty, we couldn't help but notice that you, please pardon the term, seem different than before. The policies you have enacted, while of course necessary, have been considered extreme by some. And here we are, it's time to embrace the fires of fury. We're now the Solar Empire, led by Daybreaker. I delayed doing the focuses to deal with the resistance. Maybe I will regret that later, but I thought it was important to rush this focus to get all of our war goals first, and now we can start doing Imperium Solum, God Empress, Solar Cult. But one by one, we will declare war on everybody and slowly unify Equestria and then prepare to be invaded by the changelings if we don't invade them first, honestly. We have to deal with our own allies, the Celestial Resistance, though I have a feeling they wouldn't quite like the new us. Praise me, for I am your life and your purpose. Yeah, we're definitely the good guys this time around. So the Resistance has gotten very bad, but we've started the Inquisition, and despite the really bad resistance, our stability and war support and political power gained is very good. I saved up my political power though for the Inquisition decisions. Start to infiltrate the resistance. I probably, didn't need this much political power. Well, this is unacceptable. All of these stability and other political power things don't matter, but losing cores, not so okay with that. Losing cores. Looming uprising. Okay, the Crystal Empire refuses to become our puppet state. I guess we'll just invade them. And we should probably fix our stupid navy. I don't know how this always happens. See, and while the changelings, of course, are going to imminently attack us, we must first defeat Stalingrad. Because if we do not defeat Stalingrad, they may randomly declare on us at some point when we're fighting the changelings. Yeah, in a 1v1, we will completely destroy Stalingrad. That cannot be said for the changelings. And Stalingrad randomly puppeted Nova Griffonia while this happened, so we got them too. I mean, I'll take it. It doesn't really change much. Oh, I guess the Nova Griffonian junta is in this. And the war has begun. What's important is that we hold this river line here. If we can hold this, we will eventually win. At the end of the day, we have a lot more manpower and factories and land to work with. We will outscale them at some point. Might take a while. I mean, our army is already bigger, but I think theirs is better, and they have their their Tora national spirit plan Alicorn Sunset for a while, so we'll have to wait that out, though I believe they get more later on. And we convinced Twilight to become Sunrise Sparkle. That's great. Great stuff, I guess. Which in fact gives us an amazing advisor, very overpowered, Lady Inquisitor. I mean, it's just a buff to everything. And then we will do our best to hold for now. We have a very good fort line. We have a lot of anti-air here. I'm not even trying to win the air war. It's basically impossible right now. And they got a bit too ambitious. They tried to push into these mountains that have no supply hubs and got encircled. So at this point, we've basically achieved victory. We encircled them again, and if you look at our front line and their front line, there's nothing they can really do if we don't battle plan. All their good divisions are over here, and they're all taking some amount of attrition. I don't know if I can see the exact number. The funny thing too is because of the update with the experimental facilities and all these countries starting with them, we just have an incredibly large amount of experimental facilities. It's kind of crazy. Like, I haven't done anything, Navy. I probably should have though, because they've been convoy raiding us and I have no way to escort. I just didn't expect it because back in the day, the AI wasn't set up properly to actually raid us in these sea zones over here, so you never had to worry about it. But I guess nowadays you need to build some convoy escorts before this war. What is this technology? This is the craziest technology ever. It gives us plus 700,000% air attack. I mean, I'm guessing that we're moving into Gorak. Is this true? I did decide to research some Navy stuff, just in case. I don't know, again, maybe naval bombers are OP, but it will be nice to at least have some battle cruisers and some destroyers for convoy escorting. We're in the process now of restructuring our army to prepare for more difficult wars, but regardless, it's time to attack Equestria, which recently was reworked and got a new focus tree and content. They are still in a war with the polar bears, so that should give us a little bit of an advantage with some of their divisions distracted. They seem to be more powerful than they used to be, but we're extremely strong right now. Almost 2 million manpower. The 1 million is deceptive. I'm mostly worried about these Griffonian countries, specifically the Empire, or the Entente if they win against the Empire, or I guess they have two different factions. That's good then. Hopefully these two different factions win, but they'll probably just get destroyed by the Empire. So either they're two factions and they lose against the Empire and the Empire owns everything. There's one faction and then that one faction owns everything. I think we'll go ahead and mount our tanks with spell cannons too. We need to design our new medium tank module. The other one is terrible now. It's basically worse than our infantry. And Equus is now ours. We've finished consolidating our home continent, which is a good start for things. And we luckily did this before Griffonia unified to any extent. So we will now quickly begin making moves over there. I will be working on making some better occupation division. I really should get some armored cars because we'll be occupying a lot of territory. We'll also switch some of our advisors up, get this Prince of Terror instead for the non-core manpower. As for our focus tree, we've gotten through a lot of the focuses that are important, specifically the research slot ones, to get our 5 research slots. These were just for war goals. We're currently doing state personify. I don't really care too much for the military focus tree. I mean, it's just research bonuses. If there were any crazy national spirit modifiers, I would do it, but I'm pretty sure it's all just bonuses besides this magical infantry equipment production cost thing. And not too shabby for this Hochland garrison order. Unfortunately, we're still gonna land in their capital, but I don't think there's much they could do. I mean, maybe it was stupid for them to put a paratrooper division garrisoning their capital. And surprisingly, we really did get the best of both worlds here, as the Republic and the Republic aren't in a faction, but they are both at war with the Empire at the same time. In many cases, how this conflict goes is whoever's going to lose loses immediately, so we can't just sit around and wait much longer. I'm already justifying on both the Empire and the Republic, even though I'll probably be helping the Empire somewhat. I'm declaring on them too. So this is going to turn into a 3-way struggle. They desperately want a non-aggression pact, but of course we can't do that. The Empire was somehow at war with Hochland too, and they want stuff even though they did absolutely nothing. I don't even know how they got any war score. What did they even do? 10% to the war effort? Oh, they sunk ships. Yeah, okay. At least they didn't get anything. I mean, we'll be at war with them soon anyway, so it hardly matters. They were defending their capital with quite a lot of divisions. We might lose a lot of our best divisions here, but I think we should be able to land. Even if we don't land, there's a chance that before they get killed, we can relieve them since they weren't garrisoning Prydia. I guess they assumed we wouldn't go for it. So this is a balancing act now. We've taken their capital and most of their industry, but I don't really want them to capitulate. They still have an army and they can still annoy the Empire, so I'm going to invade Vizera, which is their territory, but is close to what the Empire has. And then I will attack the Empire before capitulating them. I have this other force ready to move over, and then I'll eventually move my tanks over too. I just don't really have the supply for it. This is perfect here. See, we have all these divisions that have landed, and they're basically moving unopposed into the Empire. And trust me, if we capitulated the Aquilian Republic and then tried to do this, there would be a billion divisions on this border. I'll go ahead and declare on Rick Astley. See, sometimes winning, it's not just about your micro or your production line. It's about your overall strategy. I don't know what you could call it, your grand strategy. And this is beautiful. The Republic is in multiple encirclements here. The Empire is encircled here. This really couldn't have gone better. It's kind of funny that it worked out this way. And we did finally capitulate the Republic, and we are one tile away from Griffinheim. Unfortunately, we have no divisions there to stabilize that line. So the Empire capitulated. We're still dealing with the Griffonian Republic, and we will start attacking some of these smaller countries down here now. There are a couple big factions left on this continent. The Conquered of Free Nations and the East Griffonia Treaty Organization. I think the River Federation is going to be a massive problem. This faction down here probably will be easier to deal with. Oh yes, the telekinetic shield projector. I'll make sure to get that one. That sounds great. We do have a Pegasus division now. We will start producing some of this. I probably want to get some self-propelled super heavy howitzers and super heavy howitzers out too. Necessarily for the Pegasus divisions, but for some of my normal divisions. We also are trying to produce a lot of armored cars. I mean, we have more factories on armored cars than anything else, but we still can't get enough armored cars to put one armored car in our garrison division because we're garrisoning so much stuff. Prywin wants us to join their faction, the League of Nations. This is such a good idea. We should definitely do this. No, yeah, we're not gonna do that. The Kingdom of Prywin, not a very good place. Don't join that faction. Well, as fun as it is, it's time to end the New World Order. One of their allies guaranteed Wingbardy after we justified war against them, so this will declare war on everybody here. I guess, you know, supply is kind of an issue. A classic. It doesn't matter, we don't really need supply. And here, this Zebrakin nation has 0 divisions. The invasion is guaranteed. We will take them over and quickly make this our base of operations in Zebrica. We'll build up the infrastructure, ports, air bases. We'll basically be making this entire country a military base. And you may say, why am I doing this when I'm still in a war? Well, the Republic of Asterion is actually a major country. There were 3 major countries in this war. Wingbardy, which was in its own faction and capitulated, the Republic of Asterion, and the parishes of Sycamion. In Hearts of Iron 4, though, justifying war takes a long time. Unless you're at war with a major, then every single war you justify takes 10 days. So to conquer a lot of countries, we need to perpetually be at war with a major. Even if they pose no threat, they have 7 or 8 divisions and can't do anything. They have a big navy and can maybe convoy raid us, which they're doing. Either way though, like I said, we will start this naval invasion. We'll leave Asterion to pretend like they're an independent country for a while longer, and then, once everything is said and done, we will start our next chapter of this conquest. And as much as I wanted to ignore them and go to Zebrica, I think if I take these 3 islands, they will stop harassing us so much with the convoy raiding and sinking our entire navy. We have our semi-modern small airframe now. This thing I think is pretty decent. The main thing we need it for is the range. It's really annoying building airfields everywhere. With this better range, we should be fine. I'll just make a CAS equivalent of it and then start producing that instead of my advanced CAS. I also have started building these multi-charge large caliber guns. I don't even know what they do. I was just kind of building them. And two, we will be going to war with a major nation soon. We've kind of been bullying a lot of weak nations, some with no divisions at all. So this will be an interesting challenge. They have a decent amount of planes, their navy is strong, and they have close to 1 million fielded manpower. It's annoying because they're on this island, so it might be difficult to actually defeat them. See, they have 100 divisions, and yet nothing is on this port. I'm very curious where all these divisions are. And now it is time to at last deal with the final remnants of the Bat, our arch enemy. From the beginning, even so now. And there they go. I won't even bother taking their navy at this point. Who cares? It is time though now that we deal with Azir. You see, I hate Azir more than anything. You may think, how is this nation with 1 division or maybe 2 the most powerful nation in the world? Well, you see, sometimes you don't need divisions to win a war. You just need no supply hubs, no railways, infinite wastelands and deserts, and very hot, extremely hot. You see, these people, they're probably the only ones more familiar with the sun than we are. This is what wars look like when the enemy only has 1 victory point that's only worth 1 victory point. You just have to run around in the desert in circles with no organization, so your division, even if you give it like an order to go to multiple tiles, it just stops sometimes because they get tired in the desert, I guess. At least now the game decided that we ran around in the desert for long enough and Azir is no more. Now we get to play the fun minigame of building up supply here. And we get a decision too. Judge them accordingly. Oh, I guess that's from dealing with Geriptera. Solaria. Interesting. Cannot train units, disband units, or edit unit templates. Great stuff. Anyways, it's time to invade Mare Egypt. Hopefully they walk into the desert here. That'll make this very easy. And they're actually attacking into us. That's pretty brave of them. Sadly, it's also very stupid. we are. I think this is it. Wait, there's one country? Where is this place? Well, 90 more days. Yeah, they were colored too similar to me, so I thought they were part of my territory already. Maybe there was a reason, you know, that there was still one country that wasn't under our rule. Maybe there was some point to it. We'll start the naval invasion soon. Let's set off some fireworks first. There we have it. That, though, should be the end. Maybe it's not as cool as walking into Magehold, but I'll take it. And with that, I can go to the country list now, and everybody is either me or my subjects. One for each continent, strangely. Either way, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.